All right. What's going on, guys? How you doing on this fine afternoon, Thursday afternoon here? We're out here in the beautiful Austin, Texas, Pflugerville to be exact. It's a little chilly, but it's always barbecue weather. So, hey, guys, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Alton, or the Dawgfatha from the Dawgfatha's Barbecue YouTube channel. So feel free to pop on over to the YouTube platform and check out the channel whenever you get a chance, as well as right here on Facebook, the Dawgfatha's Barbecue, as well as Instagram. So guys, hey, I'm hanging out today here. I've got my cameraman with me, the official photographer for the Dawgfatha's Barbecue YouTube channel, Mr. Federico 8.
How y'all doing?
All right. So hey, as we go through this, guys, we're gonna hang out today. We're gonna have fun. As you saw, we got the Silverback Alpha rolling along. We're gonna do some, couple of things for that big game day. And so, man, that's what we're going to do. So feel free, guys, to, hey, interact with me. Jump on in if you got some questions. My man Federico, again, is fielding questions to get to me as we get through this. So tell you what, let's get started. And we're going to start off with, we're going to make some smoked queso, guys. That hit the internet a little while back, and everybody and their brother was getting in on it. And man, that just screams out something that's fantastic for a big game day. Get a bunch of queso done, and hey, so that's what we're gonna do. So what we've got here, guys, is I've got some Velveeta cheese here. Got it already kind of cut up and put into my pan here. And to it, we're gonna add some breakfast sausage. Now, this is just regular breakfast sausage. You can get spicy, hot, whatever you want to get, but that's just what I've got in here. So we're just got it browned up, and we're gonna get it put in. This is a really simple, fast recipe, guys. If you haven't tried it, I'm sure a lot of you have already tried it, but hey, we're gonna have fun with it. What we've got here is we've got some fire roasted tomatoes, and this is the Rotel brand. Feel free to get any brand that you like. And this is Rotel, and this is spicy. I like things a little spicy, so that's what we got there. But again, if that's not your palate and you like something a little more mild, then go for it. It's the beautiful thing about cooking is you make it your own. You don't always have to do what you exactly see somebody do on the internet, whether it be here on Facebook or YouTube or what have you. Just take it as the basics and kind of play with it from there. At this point, we're going to add in cream of mushroom. Don't even ask any questions. Just pop it on in there. Trust me.
Did you have to smack it, bro?
Hey, man. had to do it. But, yeah, we're just going to get this put in here and kind of mix things around a little bit. And, man, we're going to get this put on the smoker. All right, so let's get this onto our Silverback here. All right, so Silverback Alpha, we're running it in the Pro mode, which is basically going to be for more smoke, because we want to get a little bit more smoke put into this queso. So that's what we got going on, guys.
Man, that smells real good,
yeah,
brother.
Man, yeah. That's how we get down. So had to get that on there, and yeah, like I said, I'm running it in the Pro mode, basically because I like to get some smoke. For those of you that know about the Alpha controller here, for the Grilla Silverback, is you got your PID and you got your Pro. PID is more going to give you that, consistent, solid temperature, as well as the Pro is going to give you a little bit more swing so that you can get a little bit more smoke into your cook. So we definitely want to get a little bit more smoke into this queso, so that's why we're running on the Pro mode. Feel free to do what you want to, but that's just kind of my preference, so that's what we're going to do. So the next thing that we're going to do while we've got that queso going is we're going to do some Carne Asada. That's right, I think we're going to do some Carne Asada. I've got some loin flap here, so got the great loin flap here that we're going to get on. And guys, I got this from my local Costco. Feel free to use flank steak or skirt steak or whatever you like to use. But what we're going to do is I already got this pre-cut, because a lot of times when you get loin flap or flank steak or a skirt steak. They're like really big, long pieces. And so I like to cut them down just to make them a little bit more manageable to get on the grill and be able to manipulate them around and do what I've got to do. So that's what we're going to do here. We've got it cut up and put into our Ziploc bag because we're going to be using a marinade for this. So we're going to put together a really quick, simple marinade. Again, you want a non-reactive container or vessel to put it in. Ziploc bags work great. So that's what we're going to do. But hey, Fed, if you can come around here, what I want you guys to see is as I cut it, you know, what you want to do here is I cut this with the grain when I cut it down, okay? So if you can imagine, these things were like really long this way. So I'll cut it with the grain here so that whenever we complete the cooking process, we'll then cut against the grain here. So you can see the long grains right here in the meat. Again, we cut it with the grain to cut it down to size, and we're going to cut it against the grain when we're going to get ready to cook it or serve it later into our tacos or on the nachos or what have you. So very important to make sure that you guys understand which way the grain is going, and that's why we're going to get it cut this way. So
What do you get out of cutting it against the grain when you're about to eat it?
It just makes it a little bit more tender.
Okay.
You know, if you think about it, you got these long, you know, fibrous, lines here in the meat. It just makes it a little tougher if you're trying to chew it with the grain. If you cut against the grain, now you basically have weakened this line of muscle, and now you got just a little cross section of it that you can chew through, bite through, cut through, whatever it may be.
That's pretty good.
So that's what we got going on there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this, these loin flap pieces kind of spread out here so we can get them seasoned. What questions do we have? We got any questions going on out there?
We don't have any questions going on right now.
Everybody just kind of observing.
Everybody's just kind of observing. I think
got their cold beverages kicking back.
I hope so.
There it is. Wait.
Where's your cold beverage? Yeah, right. Look.
We don't have a beverage. What's going on with that? I got to talk to my manager. We didn't get this all set up correctly here, but anyway, what we're going to start with, guys, is we're going to be using the Grilla Grill's the all-purpose. So I'm going to put that on there as a base layer, and so that's what we're going to put on here. So let's get a little base layer of all-purpose put on. Again, for those of you who don't know, you kind of sprinkle higher to get a good even coat across your meat. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, and then we're gonna come back with some Grilla Grill's beef rub. Ooh, yeah, man. You haven't tried this yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, brother, you're in for a treat.
Looking forward to it.
All right, so let's get this put on here, and then we're gonna basically get this flipped over and repeat the process. Very simple process. Fantastic rubs. So let's do it again. Still no questions, huh? Everybody's still just watching?
Yeah, everybody's just hanging out, checking out what you're doing.
Yeah.
Man, I'd like to know, what are some of people's go-to for game day?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. What are the game day ideas floating around out there in Grilla land? What do you guys like to make for your game day? You know?
And you know what? Jeff Stanek got a good question. Why use both rubs?
Good question. Because we're actually building flavor profiles here. Pretty much whenever I make something, I don't ever really make it to where I just use one single rub. I'll come with a general purpose, all-purpose kind of like this. I also like to use just SPG as a base layer, and then come back with something that has a contrasting flavor. It just kind of, for me, it just kind of deepens your flavor profile in whatever it is that you're cooking, and it just gives it a little different flavor, So that's why I do that. If that's not your forte and you'd rather use one, go for it. It's not that big a deal. Again, when you're cooking, guys, it's all about having fun and just doing what you do. Again, you don't have to do what everybody else does. Just make it up, do your own thing. So, all right, so now we've got our loin flap all seasoned up here. Again, we got our all-purpose on. We've got our beef rub on. And so we're gonna put together this marinade, guys. And so I tell you what, let's get that done. So grab my ingredients for the marinade here. All right, so what I've got here that's going to go in here first is I've got some tomatoes, guys. I just got a couple of tomatoes that I chopped up here. So that's all that is, nothing special, just a couple of tomatoes. Next, we've got, in here I've got some garlic, some cilantro, and some onions. We got a phone call?
No, we ain't got no phone call. We good.
We good? All right. So onion, cilantro, garlic here is going to go into the pool. And last but not least, I've got a little bit of orange juice. Now, typically I like to use pineapple juice, but I didn't have any today. But I had some orange juice. So, you know what? Call it audible. So use pineapple juice, use orange juice, use what you got. Last, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. And this is just going to help smooth it out, make it nice and silky. And I'm probably going to go with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. You saw that highly sophisticated measuring.
I saw that. Yeah. I see you.
Yeah, man. That's just how we get down, right? So
Michael selected pope or no pope?
Pope or no pope, it's up to you. It don't matter. So we're going to go ahead and get this put into our non-reactive vessel.
Man, we call it a Ziploc bag, bro.
Hey, man. Flux capacitor, soda can.
Yeah,
Whatever,
right.
All right, so there we go. Gonna get this closed up, and the way I like to mix it up, kind of leave a lot of air in there, give me room to move this around. And there, just like that. Now we'll just go ahead and burp this bag right quick. Okay, can you come around here?
Oh yeah, let's do it. What you got?
Can you smell? Can you smell what the dog is cooking?
Ooh,
You smell that? Can you smell that?
man?
Can you smell that?
Ooh,
Man.
they ain't invented smell-o-vision yet.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this stuff smells good. All right. So, basically, we got our marinade put together. We got our beef on the marinade. You go pop this bad boy in the refrigerator for a few hours. I would say, you know, for me, I typically don't have the patience to wait. But no, if you can do it, you know, a good 4 hours or even overnight, it's not a bad deal to get some good flavors put into your beef loin flap. So, but anyway, so hey, that was a really easy marinade that we got put together. And so, tell you what, before we move on to the next step, maybe we should check out the.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Take a look at the
queso.
queso.
Let's go look at that.
Let's look at this queso, see how it's coming along. We are actually running the queso at 400 degrees right now. And it's coming along there. It's coming along. So we're just going to give it a quick stir. Now, this is probably going to take us a good 30 to 40 minutes to get it together the way we want. And again, you can add whatever you want. If you want to add more things to it, feel free. But you do want to make sure that you are coming and stirring on a frequent basis. I would recommend probably every 10 minutes or so. But, so that's what we're looking at here. I guess it's probably a little shy of 10 minutes, but it's all good.
So, Rob Spohn, what flavor of pellets you got, bro?
Ah, very good question. Very good question. All right, so typically you're going to find, if you follow me on my YouTube channel, you're going to find that I really like the flavor of post oak. I'm a Texas boy, so I mean, that's just what we do here. I really like post oak. But today we're actually using the Grilla Grills brand, and we're using their competition blend. So that's what we got going on today. It's a competition blend. We're running this right now at 400 degrees, so we can get this thing melted down and get ready to get some loin flap on. So,
Ruben Big Rome.
Big
Hey,
Rome's in the
yeah,
house.
he said, hey, what's up? What's up, bro?
What's going on, Big Rome? All right, so through the magic of TV, We already have some loin flap that we've gotten marinated. So we're gonna get this out of the way for a second here. So, tell you what, hey, can you bring another one of these from the garage? All right. So, maybe you might want to come around here, Fed, so you can get a good look at this. And basically, this is after this has been on for about 6 hours. And so hopefully you can get a good look at that.
Yes, I can. Open that up for me. Oh, yeah.
It's smelling pretty good there, isn't it?
Yes, it does. Boy.
Ooh-wee. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. And now we're gonna actually get some of this put on the grill. Back over.
Oh, good. Back over to the silverback.
Yeah, man. So I don't think you've been over here whenever I run the silverback.
No, I haven't, man. I haven't. You've been, you hiding all the good stuff. Cheese coming along right there.
Yeah, it is, man. All right, let's get some of this put on here. Hear that sizzle?
Ooh-wee.
You hear that sizzle?
Man. I hear you, Greg.
What was that?
He wishes we had that smell-o-vision. No, Williams, it's too clean.
All right. So there you go.
That sizzle, that smell, boy, that meat gonna come off real nice.
Absolutely. So we'll get this closed up. All right. Any more questions? What we got going on?
Man, people just hanging out. I know I've seen a couple comments about Grilla Grill's apron.
The Grilla Grill's apron. Let me grab some paper towels right quick.
All right, so we do got a question from, I think, so Michael Antonio Solete.
Okay.
You on mode 1 or 2? I think you mentioned that a little earlier.
Absolutely. We're on mode 2. Again, for those of you guys that don't know, this unit here on the Silverback Alpha has 2 modes with the controller. It's got a PID controller in it. So basically, you have mode 1, which is PID, and let's see. I was working on trying to remember, but I think it's proportionate. Oh geez, I'm forgetting. Proportionate.
ID.
I know I can't remember I, but derivative. But anyway,
Gotcha.
Basically what that does is it compares and adjusts frequently to keep your temperatures pretty rock solid. The second mode, which we're running on mode 2 today, is the Pro mode, which basically gives you more swings in your temperatures, or it gives you more swings so that you can produce more smoke, is what it is. So whenever I'm doing things that I want to, promote getting some good smoke into, I'll run it on mode 2 here. If I'm running something that I'm just wanting to cook, I'll run it in PID to keep that good solid temperature, and so that's what I'm doing today. So,
all right, David Cohen,
question.
how do you keep the beef rub from getting hard?
How do I keep the beef rub from getting hard?
That's what he's saying.
I'm not sure I understand what exactly that means.
Unless I'm reading and it's supposed to be a joke that I'm not getting. But it looks like you got some fans on here because you got Mighty Seller Sepova. Something's missing. Where's the jug? She knows what's going on.
That absolutely is somebody from part of the Dog Pound. So guys out there that those of you that don't know, on my YouTube channel, I call my subscribers the Dog Pound. And obviously, if she is asking about the jug, she is a part of the Dog Pound. She knows about it. So basically, the jug, guys, on my channel, you can actually go to my home screen, click up there at the top on videos, and you'll see a little search window, and you can type in there the jug, and it'll pull the video up for you. But there's a video on my channel of a drink, which is absolutely, positively fantastic for game day. Am I wrong, Federico?
Oh, God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You might not care about the game or anything.
What game?
Yeah, but no, actually, you know, pretty much what it is it's margarita. It's margarita in a jug. So basically, you know, the big old sangria jugs that you get when you go to the grocery store and you get your red wine and, you know, whatever. Basically, we took that and that's what we make it in. And so it's a margarita that's made with obviously your sweet and sour, but it's got vodka in it, it's got tequila in it. You know, we may do it with orange juice, we may do it with Cointreau. I mean, you can just play off of it so many different ways. But it's a very strong drink. It's not made for people that are lightweights.
It's for grown folk. Yeah.
So yeah, it's the jug. So
you know, we got a couple things going on here. So Michael, yes sir, I'm Dominican and Panamanian, so I figured I'd get that name right. That's where that Latin flair came from. And what he elaborated a little bit. So meant caking. Like, how do you keep the beef rub from caking?
Caking, like in the bottle?
Let's go with that. Yeah.
All right, let me stir this queso right
Oh,
quick.
let me look at it, because I love looking at that food while it's cooking, boy.
So yeah, this is coming together pretty good. All right.
And then, you know what, Dustin, while you also thinking about that with the cake, and Dustin Johnson mentioned when you're going to do a segment with the primate like you're doing now. I'm assuming the primate is one of those, another product we got here from
Grilla Grills?
From our friends Grilla Grills.
Yeah. You know, what was that? It was Dustin?
Yeah, that was Dustin Johnson.
Wait, like as in PGA? We're talking about the PGA?
See, I'm not a golf, bro. See, I'm not a golf man, so that's going to fly right over my head.
No, man, I tell you what, you never know. It could be coming up. All I'm going to tell you, Dustin, is stay tuned. Absolutely could happen. Absolutely.
And then, you know what? So we got we got those questions. We talked about the caking.
We're
Yeah,
talking
the
about
rub.
rub.
Yep.
All right, so one thing that I do, I don't know if everybody does this, but when you store these in your cabinet or wherever you store your seasonings, most people will just, you know, pop them in the cabinet, going about their business. We store them upside down. Okay? Upside down. Why? Well, you have the particles in your rub that some are going to be bigger than others, and so you end up with a lot of times, whether they're bigger or heavier, they'll sink to the bottom, and so you end up with uneven rub when you have it sitting up like that for a duration of time. So I do store it upside down. Secondly, if you're getting clumps in your bottles, it's because you're getting moisture inside the bottle, and so you need to eliminate getting moisture in the bottle. A couple of ways that you can probably do it is by maybe adding a few grains of rice into it, but then you have to worry about whether or not that rice can come through, because some of your bottles have bigger holes, and so obviously if you put rice in here, it's probably going to come out in here. And I don't know if you can purchase little desert packs or whatever. But it's basically because you're getting moisture in your bottle, so you got to kind of eliminate getting moisture in there. So maybe you have to kind of put it in a vacuum sealed bag and store it or something, you know, just so you don't get that in there. I don't know, but that's where it's coming from. It's getting moisture inside the bottle.
And then a couple of questions. So Jim Bolton sharing the marinade recipe in the recipe section later.
Oh yeah.
Okay, most definitely. And then Renee Gonzalez. So you use foil or butcher paper to wrap after?
It just depends. So here's the thing. I love using butcher paper with beef. Why? Because I like that bark. And you know, down the road here, we'll do a cook where we'll do brisket or do some beef ribs or something, and kind of explore onto that a little bit more. But basically, I like the way that butcher paper is more permeable for than foil is. So foil basically will steam your meat, which will destroy the bark. Now it's not going to do anything to destroy the flavor, but you're just not going to have that good firm bark that you normally would develop with butcher paper. So when it comes to beef, I prefer to use butcher paper and that's when I'm developing a bark. If I'm using, or if I'm cooking pork, pork ribs, pork shoulder, you know, for pulled pork or things of that nature, then I'll use aluminum foil. But even if again, I use the paper for the bark. So if I'm doing, like, say, oxtails, or if I'm doing beef cheeks or something like that to make barbacoa tacos, for instance, then I'll use foil. So it's all about texture for me. I like that bark. I want paper to help get that bark. So hopefully that helps.
Oh yeah, and before Michael heads out, so what Michael's asking here is he wants to know where to get some of this Dawgfatha merch. How do you go about getting that?
Good question. So basically, you can hit me up on Facebook here. Just send me a DM to the Dawgfatha's Barbecue Facebook page, or email me, and that's at the dawgfathersbarbecue@gmail.com. And again, it's DAWGFATHA''S. Okay, so not Dawgfather, it's Dawgfatha's. Okay, so
all right, Medea.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, hit me up. Whether it's there or whether even either DM me on Instagram, but just get a hold of me and I'll take care of you.
Let's go over here and see some of this good-looking cooking.
Yeah.
Ooh, that meat's kind of. Okay, that cheese coming together real nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at this meat, y'all. Look at this meat. The color on this is starting to come together.
You know, and I'm one of those guys that I kind of like to undercook my meat like this. I kind of like to undercook it a little bit.
All right, so why?
I have a hard time cooking steak type meat to well done. That's
Okay.
just me. It's just me. You know, so if I'm cooking a high temperature, a high temperature cook or whatever, I might do it. But when I'm cooking like this, I like to try and cook it a little slower, get a little bit more smoke into it, and just pull it when I'm ready.
All right.
So what other question we got here?
Oh man, let's see. So Maricela must be a real fan because she started mentioning the brittle. She
The
said
what?
the brittle.
Oh, wow. That is going from way back. Should I introduce the brittle maker? You should introduce the brittle maker.
I heard, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm just saying.
I mean, the brittle maker is in the house. For you guys that don't know, again, on my YouTube channel, the brittle maker basically hijacked my YouTube channel and did her video on making brittle. And so we have. You want to explain it? I mean, you obviously don't want to get on camera, but they can hear you.
By the way, the brittle maker is also the champion or the originator of that jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the brittle maker got skills.
So the brittle maker here is the one that created the jug, and also is, in my book, world-class champion at making brittle. Because I haven't had any brittle anywhere else.
That brittle's on
that's
point.
Good like this. So why don't you? I mean, go ahead and explain. What's up with the brittle?
So the big thing about the brittle is that there's extra nuts in it, and there's lots of spice in it. So depending on what kind of brittle you want, you like the peanut. You like just straight peanut.
He crazy.
Oh.
You like everything but the peanut.
Yeah.
And you get it from Target. What is it? That Target?
The Target generic brand, whatever that market brand
that
is.
Target generic mixed
yeah.
nuts, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
She didn't have us make it ourselves.
Everything but the
There you
peanut.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's got
It's
almonds,
cashews, maybe pistachios. I can't
Probably.
remember right now. Walnuts, pecans, and then there's cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes. So there's heat added to it.
Absolutely. So tons of different nuts in there. You can get it dipped in chocolate. Not dipped in chocolate. It's some good stuff. So anyway, there's a video on the channel where she created this and put it out there. So now everybody knows.
There you go.
Everybody knows
The hand.
about the brittle. So yeah.
And it's some good stuff.
It
I know
is
she had
absolutely
us.
good stuff.
I had it once, and then she had me. Anytime I wanted, she make me make it.
It's
easy
a
to
little
make.
process to make it.
It is, but it's
Yeah.
super simple.
Yeah.
I have scars.
And I'm just making sure I keep stirring on this queso.
Yeah, that is what you said, to make sure you keep stirring it because you don't want it to settle on burn, right?
That's right. And we're running it a little hot today, so. And we're pretty much there on the queso.
Guys, you can smell this meat. Woo-hoo.
The meat absolutely does smell really good. Hopefully you're getting a good shot of that meat. Oh, man.
Or not to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll go ahead and give it another flip. So there we go.
Yeah, look at that. What is that on there? Cilantro, right?
Yeah, this is some of the cilantro that was on there when we put that marinade together. Maybe even a little bit of garlic that's in there. You know, and we did season this just the same process that you guys saw me do here a little while ago is what I did with this batch. So yeah, that's what we got here. And so I don't think we're gonna have to add any more seasoning to it because we did season it before and it's in the marinade and into the meat. So.
But now you said you don't think so. So what is going to be a time when you might think you need to add a little bit more?
Whenever you taste it and it's not right.
Oh well, there.
You know,
Simple answer.
I'll be honest. Yeah, man. One thing about the Dawgfatha here is I try to make things super simple. I don't want it to be highly technical. I want you to have fun. You know, when you get out on the grill, you get in the backyard and you have your friends over, your buddies over, you're watching the big game or whatever it might be, or preparing to watch that big game or whatever it is, and you're cooking, you want to have fun doing it. You know, you don't want to be stressed out, you know, and I get so many, messages from people. You know, I did a brisket video that was pretty successful and people really liked it, and so I got a lot of messages from that, and they're stressed out, you know, and I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to. Dude, it's cooking. Have fun with it. You know what? I've ruined tons of briskets. I've ruined tons of ribs. You know, but it's all in the process of learning what works for you. So, hey, how do you know if you need more seasoning? When it doesn't taste right to you. If it doesn't taste right, add some more seasoning to it.
All right. Adam Heisterberg, he's about to throw on some skirt steak himself, and he's using a beer and lime juice marinade.
There you go. I've absolutely done it that way before too. There's tons of different ways to do it. You know, this is just one. You know, so again, it's just the basics that we're doing here. You guys have fun with it, play around with it, figure out what seasoning, what flavor profile you like, and you just roll with it. You just roll with it.
There it is, Eric Robertson. There it is. Best advice: have fun, have a drink, let the smoke roll.
Absolutely.
Can I get that on a T-shirt?
Yeah, that sounds like something that needs to be on a T-shirt. So,
patent pending, y'all.
The other thing is, for me, for those of you that don't know me, I am really a stick burner by heart. I love running my offset, cookers, but pellet grills are a lot of fun. And they're a way to get people that maybe they're not very good at maintaining fires. Fire management is the key to great barbecue. You can always play around with flavor profiles and all that and have a perfect flavor, but if you can't maintain fires, temperatures and fire, then you're going to have a hard time making a really good barbecue, or at least be consistent with it. So pellet grills affords the average Joe to get out there and have fun with this whole game of barbecue, man, and don't feel like you can't do it, and don't let people tell you, if you're not cooking on a stick burner.
I was just about to tell you, but it's not real barbecue, is it?
Real barbecue is whatever you cook and you eat. If you like it, who am I to tell you what's wrong? Who's the next person to tell you?
I mean,
it's
it's wood pellets, right?
It's wood pellets, and have fun with it, man. It's the only thing that I try to stress to people. I get a lot of comments from people that are more traditionalists in barbecue, and there's nothing wrong with that. But no, I'm more of an inclusive kind of guy, man. I want to get everybody out there playing around with it. Whether you are smoking on a Grilla grills, or you're on a kettle grill, or whatever it might be, just have fun. Just have fun.
Hey man, so what's your wood of choice? What do you prefer when you're making whether you're making a brisket, whether you're making some pulled pork, or maybe you're gonna do some porchetta? What's your wood? What's your choice of wood that you like cooking with most? Posto.
All day, every day. I love posto. Central Texas, we're all about some posto and mesquite, but I don't like to smoke with mesquite. I'll grill with mesquite. But I don't like to smoke it so much. Oh yeah, man.
Pause for a sec.
Absolutely.
Hear that sizzle? I hope y'all hear that sizzle.
Oh yeah.
Greg McPherson, big dog. You about to stir that cheese?
Oh yeah.
Man.
We're gonna keep it moving, keep it moving. I think we're about ready here.
Oh, look at that cheese, y'all. Look at that cheese.
That is turning out to be pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm getting here and I burned myself this time. Okay, Dustin Johnson used to live in Harker Heights.
Oh yeah, I grew up in Killeen, so.
Okay, yeah, we're here in Austin or Pflugerville. I always get all that.
So yeah, that's just right up the road, man.
Yup. My sister lives in Killeen now. Craig, everybody jumping on. Where's the judge? Yeah, we got caught slipping today. No jug. Getting ready. We will have it next time.
Some good looking beef, man. Ooh-wee. All right. So we're gonna give this just a couple more minutes.
I do love that silverback though, boy.
Yeah, man. You know, I've got quite a few cookers, but I tell you, the silverback works really well as we get a little shot of the.
There he is. Look at that.
We get a little shot of the YouTube channel, guys. That's funny. So what we got? Any more questions?
All right. Now, Dustin loved Lake Travis. He said he lived in Killeen as well. Pflugerville's a nice area. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Man. So don't be shy, guys. Any barbecue questions, anything y'all want to ask, anything y'all want to know?
Yeah, I tell you what, you focus on that for a minute. Go grab something.
I know I asked a little bit earlier, but what does everybody like for the big game? What y'all got in terms of snacks or food or party vittles? Wings. Okay, I hear you, Gavin. Okay. You like to do anything special with those wings? You just like them, straight out the fryer, off the grill? What's it got?
Do some temperature checks.
So what's the temperature that you like putting your meat?
Typically, I like the full steak, somewhere around 135.
Okay.
But with this, you might take it a little bit higher, but that's what I target for. Right now, these are about 140,
Okay.
145. So we're gonna go ahead and get them pulled off.
And you know what? Paul Harder has a good question. This is one that you and I have talked about before. So he's asking, if you're doing low and slow, but you have to open the lid, how do you prevent your pellet smoker from spiking too hot when the temperature drop registered by the door open?
Be quick. Right?
Say it again?
Be quick.
Oh, you said... I'm sitting here like, wait, what? You said be quick? Okay.
I'm just turning this down now simply because we're actually done. And I'm just wanting to keep things warm in there right now.
I see you, Greg. Pulled pork nachos. All right, Paul. So he said be quick.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously, man, if you got your pit, open for cooking on a offset cooker, you kind of want to be quick. You don't want to lose too much of your temperature because you're trying not to have really big swings on an offset cooker. So it's kind of gotten to be nature to kind of be quick about things when you do have to open the door.
Oh, so I asked earlier about what people like to cook. Gavin had mentioned some wings, and he talked about on the Chimp. He runs it on 180 for 45 minutes, then cranks it to 400.
Absolutely.
Clucker dust.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's the key when you're wanting to do some poultry, whether it's wings or what have you. You want to have that crispy skin. but you want the smoke flavor. So nobody wants to bite into chicken when it's all rubbery, right? So you start it off lower, 200 or sub 200, and basically you run it for a while to get more smoke into that poultry. Once you've got the smoke in it that you want, then absolutely kick the temperature up to 400 degrees or so, and crisp up that chicken, man. And it gets a really good crispy skin on it, bite through. But more importantly, you get that smoke flavor, so it does work really well. Absolutely.
I see Eric gonna make some killer wings on that big game day. So you pulled the meat off. So how long do you let it rest?
I give it a good 10 minutes.
Okay.
This isn't like a big ribeye, and typically what you want to do is you want to just kind of leave it covered. But I know we got the sake of time here. We're gonna speed this along a little bit. Now, again, a lot of people like to make this a lot more crispy, than this, and a lot higher heat on it than I do with this particular cook. Because again, with this one, I am trying to get more smoke into it, and I just like to keep that meat nice and tender for me. So that's why I cook it this way. Sometimes I'll throw it on the grill, crank up the heat, get the grill grates on there, and kind of sear it off and put the good grill marks on it and all that. But no, today I just wanted to get some good smoke into it here, and
all right,
you're gonna benefit from that. Federico, to check that out.
I see you, Dustin. Yeah, putting them in the air fryer to crisp them up. Okay, that's a good little trick.
Oh yeah, that works too. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
And we got Eric said he's gonna practice some baby back ribs this weekend.
There you
go.
To
prep for a rib competition.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my other cutting board here.
All right, Gavin, what cut is that? Just to remind us again what we got going on here.
This is loin flap. So this is loin flap that I got from my local Costco.
Costco's got some pretty good meat.
They absolutely, they have some fantastic meats over at Costco. So absolutely should check them out. But we're gonna go ahead and get some of this cut up here as I glove up. It's important. You always got to get your glove on, right?
Always.
You got to glove up. You got to be careful, right? You don't want to get burned, so you got to get that glove on.
Are we still talking about barbecue?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a barbecue channel. What you talking about?
So now, remember earlier, man, this smells so good. Remember earlier we talked about the fibers here and cutting with the grain and against the grain. And again, we cut with the grain when we cut this down to size. And now you can see the grain running here. And if you can't really tell, you can sometimes grab the meat and kind of bend it, and you'll see. It'll tell you exactly which way the grains are running. And so we're not cutting this way now, we're cutting this way. So we're just going to cut right through it here. And I try to just give it some good thin cuts here. And it helps to have a knife sharp, and I have it sharpen this knife. And so that's what we're doing with this, guys.
Man, it looks real good.
So, tell you what there, Mr. Federico A. How about that, man? Go ahead and give that a taste. You can really smell that citrus. It's really good on the citrus.
Oh, yeah.
So,
great flavor.
Yeah, man. So we got a little bit cut here. And we're gonna wipe our board right quick.
I got you, Dave. David Kelso. Hey, bro, you got a fax machine? We're gonna try to see if we can fax these ribs, some of this meat over.
Fax some of that over?
Yeah.
Hey, I hear you. All right, so we're gonna take a tortilla, or I shall say, this is gonna be our loin flap vessel.
You gonna stick with that theme?
Yeah, we're gonna stick with that theme.
Non-reactive.
It's a non-reactive vessel for containing loin flap. So that's what we got going on here, and we're gonna pull out some pico.
Ooh, look at that.
And we've got some. Staying with that theme, guaco.
In both in non-reactive vessels?
In non-reactive vessels, absolutely. See, now you understand.
Yeah.
That's why we get along so well, because you understand, my man.
Yes, sir, Gavin. These recipes will be posted.
Absolutely, absolutely will be posted. So basically, if I'm gonna build this up, you know, and you know, my guys are over, we're hanging out, we're getting ready for the big game. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna put on some loin flap, just like this. And we grown men here, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we might pile it on. But we're gonna get it on just like that. And then we might come back and get us a little bit of this pico on top of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then come and put a little bam of guac right on top.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little. And if we had the patience, we do you know, sour cream and all that. But typically, by the time it hits the loin flap vessel like this, it's already being shoved in somebody's mouth.
Quick. Let me come in here real quick. Y'all see that? Nice. Man.
And then as we
Oh wait, he got that queso.
we got, yeah, we know we got
Almost forgot about that queso.
Get the queso right.
But let me see what we got going on right now.
Because you know we gotta add a little queso, right? We're gonna do a little bit of queso on top of there.
Go slow, go slow, go slow.
So there we go. We're gonna get that like that. And we're gonna take a little bit here.
Man, y'all see that steam coming off of there? Just pause for a minute.
All right. Get a little bit of this wiped up here. Because, you know, we're making a mess. We're making a mess.
Man, this ain't a restaurant. It ain't barbecue if you ain't got a little mess going on, man.
And, I mean, you gotta have tortillas.
Oh, I thought we was just gonna drink the queso.
No.
I thought it was soup.
Gotta have some tortilla chips in here, right? So we're just gonna pour us a little bit of chips on here. Just like that. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put that to the front there. So just like that, guys. For the big game, you got your loin flap Carne Asada, as well as your smoked queso. Just like that.
We'll sprinkle some of that on there. Some finishing touch of the rub from the chips.
Ah, you know what? That's a good idea. How about that? You see that, man? Our brittle makers.
Yeah.
Our brittle maker has got a great idea.
Brittle / jug
So
extraordinaire.
we're gonna take some of this all-purpose rub, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it just a little light dusting right on the top. Look at, come on, man. We add a little on to the top of the queso, and maybe even a little onto the chips.
Is this what you call melt, like putting the flavors together?
There
Like
you
giving
go.
that binder?
There you go. So absolutely. All right.
Sean McNutty, hey.
So there you go, guys. Just like that. Like I said, hey, this was fast, you know, simple cook. You can do this for your game day. You can do this coming home from a long work day. It's good for any day. So I enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Hopefully we get to do this again. Actually, I know we're going to do this again. So tune back in. February 14th. That's right. Valentine's Day. We're going to be on doing another live stream on the 14th. And I don't know. We're going to have to do something special. Maybe we'll do a surf and turf for Valentine's. What do you think about that, guys? Surf and turf? maybe some tomahawk and lobster or something like that. But hey, thank you guys for hopping on with me this afternoon, having a great time hanging out with the Dawgfatha as well as Federico and our brittle maker. Again, tune back in February 14th at 2 o'clock p.m. Central, and I'll be back here and we'll do it all again. All right. So until then, you guys all stay safe, have fun, enjoy the big game, make some fantastic food, enjoy your family and friends, guys. Dawgfatha's out. Peace.